Take me out to California.
Hi everyone and welcome to this video. I was just about to start and then a dog started barking and I thought, how annoying is that? But that's city life, isn't it? Probably country life as well, I don't know. So this video I want to talk to you about body positivity and the body positivity movement as such. So obviously, I think it's fairly obvious to say that I think we should have body positivity. I think that we should feel good about ourselves and that we all come in many shapes and sizes. I also think that we spend far too much time comparing our little bodies and heads to other people's on the internet. And most of these bodies and heads have been face-tuned and photoshopped to within an inch of their lives, filtered, and yeah, like so much as well, so much. And I think sometimes our perception now of a real face and our own faces, because we filtered them so much, it's making us feel all pretty rubbish. So I am so on board with the stuff I'm seeing on Instagram, particularly at the moment, where it's like, you know, people showing real bodies and their perceived flaws and their stretch marks and their wobbly bits, and properly down for it all day, every day. Lovely social media friend of mine, Kate Lally, I'm not sure how you pronounce your surname, is doing a campaign, hang on, I'm gonna get this wrong, aren't I? Insta Imperfect. Hashtag Insta Imperfect, and she's again showcasing people of all shapes and sizes. Although what I would say, and this is my tiny bugbear on the body positivity movement, is that often the body positivity movement does not include people who are petite, small, slim. Now, I am not talking about those that have eating disorders and are severely underweight. We love those beautiful people just the same, and we wish them well in their mental health journey. But there are many people, including myself, who are naturally pretty slim. Some people who are slimmer than me, who are naturally slimmer. I'm a size 6 in the UK. I'm a small person. I'm 5'1", so I'm little. I am small all over. And I've spent my life being told that I was either underweight, or in every single magazine, women's magazine, it goes from every extreme. So if you're bigger than the norm, then it's, oh, you're not that good, was always the sort of general consensus. And then if you are slim and a petite size, you were described as boyish often, was the description. And I grew up going, well, I'm boyish, I've got small boobs, they're not massive, I've got a small body, so I'm boyish. And that was something that was in my head growing up. It made me feel really weird and not very nice, in the same way any other thing about body, about the way people look, will sort of seep into somebody's existence and how they perceive themselves. I'm not in that space now. I know that, as we've just said, people come in all shapes and sizes, and I embrace them all. As long as you are healthy, as long as you are looking after your body and respecting your body, then, you know, we come in different shapes and sizes. We come with lumps and bumps and bruises and veins and scars and stretch marks and all of those normal human things. And if you are watching this and you are younger and your body is fresh and lovely, and you are without many of the things I've just discussed, then that's great. But understand that as you grow and your body changes and ages, and basically all we are as human beings is just we're born and we're all fresh, and then we just go off, don't we? We just steadily just go off. Bit wrinklier, skin's not as good, just all goes off. But we embrace, you know, we should try and embrace each and every stage. And as much as I absolutely love beauty products, I try to look after myself. I do have Botox a little bit sometimes in my head. it's not really there now, but I do have it a little bit now and then. I'm 34, guys. I'm 35 this year. I'm entitled to do what I want with my body. I do, you know, try and eat well and I exercise. But my bugbear is that I really do feel, and I see this a lot, that it's almost the body positivity campaigning kind of makes me feel out of that space. Now, I'm not skinny, I wouldn't say. I'm very slim. I don't overly exercise, so I'm not particularly toned. I'm just naturally slim. I just eat when I'm hungry, and I try to move my body, and I try to keep a balance with stuff. And I do not get represented in the body positivity movement. I don't. And it does annoy me. Now, I also understand thin privilege. I understand that overall, I will be, in the grand scheme of things, I guess, in what is seen as aesthetically the preferred look in the Western world, I appreciate that I will fit into that mold. So I guess that gives me certain privileges. However, I'm fully behind the body positivity movement. I am a champion of, when I see those posts, I always like them. I give people a thumb, I'm behind them, but I feel that I am almost not allowed to be part of that because you're a size 6. And it's all, and I see it a lot. I see the number size 6 looked as if I am the devil incarnate and that I'm starving myself to get here. I just ate an ice lolly. I had a penguin biscuit after my breakfast this morning. I'm not saying that's great, by the way, but I'm not sitting here starving myself either. That is just my shape and my size, and that's equally not my fault. Like, that some of it is genetic. I do have tiny little shoulders. I am a small human being. My bones are little. And it does annoy me because I think it's very hypocritical if we are trying to be body positive, if we don't include those on the other, you know, if it was, say, for example, the UK average size for a woman is a 14 to 16, I think. So that makes me quite a bit under the average size. However, if, for example, I was a size 24, so on the bigger end of the scale, I would be allowed in that club. It would be seen as, well, you know, we're positive about a bigger size. But if you are slightly under, not that positive, jarring for people. And I think that is something that, it's something of note. I'm not saying I want to start some campaign for size 6 people. I'm just saying that it's something that we should question, because when people post that stuff, and I've seen this before, I've seen body positive sort of brands who do not stock my size. And it's, yeah, I don't know, I guess it's something for us to think about, because there are loads of women that are like me, just pocket-sized people, and we equally can't. Sometimes that's really annoying. I can't find clothes to fit a lot of the time. I can wear children's clothes. That's not ideal, really, to be honest. It isn't ideal, and I'm not feeling sorry for myself, because I don't care. I like being my size. I'm happy with who I am. But it's just something to think about when we are saying this stuff, that we don't reject another human being that is equally just trying to work themselves out as well. But having said that, I'm massively down for it. So let's talk about real stuff, and let's showcase real bodies and real faces, and don't stop filtering everything. In fact, over the weekend, I did one of my workshops, and it was just interesting to see people took pictures, obviously, at the workshops, and a few people mentioned, jokingly so, about filtering their faces and things, and these people were really very attractive as well. So I always find that sad, because they're very attractive, aesthetically pleasing, lovely, vibrant people, and yet their first thought is to filter their face. And some of the photographs I saw that were posted onto social media of me and people who were at the workshops and stuff had been face tuned, including my own face, which was kind of weird. It's kind of like when you do a magazine shoot and you get airbrushed, and it's like, oh, not sure that's that flattering. But I think it's just such a sign of our times, isn't it? That our first thought is, I can make myself look different by using a filter. And I promise you that does something to you. I really try not to use filters on the stuff that I'm posting. Now and then I will, but usually like the jokey filters, but not rarely use them, just because I feel a bit weird about it. You know, I find them a bit strange, some of the filters with the big eyes. Like their eyes are like, I'm a dog with massive eyes, like how strange. And I think it makes us feel bad about ourselves when we use filters all the time, because we forget our own face has like veins around our nose and dry bits, and that we're still good looking and lovely even with all that stuff. So, and I'm not really sure what this video is about, and it's 10 minutes long, but other than, yeah, just try to find love for all the bits that you're trying to hide. And I know I'm probably as guilty as everybody at picking faults, but it's because we are allowing ourselves to be sucked into this world of airbrushing our lives away. You're all right, honestly, you're all right with the veins, with the stretch marks. I've got stretch marks all over my stomach. I've had 2 kids, nothing I can do about that. It's just one of them. Might not like it, but there's nothing I can do. You know, I need to shave my legs right now. They're a little bit hairy, not horrendous, but they're not ideal. And if they were online, it would be like, oh, shocking, a hair on her legs. I get veins around my nose. I've got a bit of a dry chin right now. I've got some spots. Got to embrace it a little bit, haven't we? Otherwise we're going to feel rubbish about ourselves. So you right now, you are watching this, you're bloody lovely. You are you're fine. Be nice to yourself. Stop trying to filter your head off, and be nice to size 6 people as well, because we're actually all right. We're not the devil incarnate, and some of us are just naturally that way and not starving ourselves. So stop trying to make us feel like we're boyish. And leave your comments to yourself as well, because often I'll get you should eat more, or you're too slim, and people think that's okay to say to skinny people, slim people. I think that's okay. Imagine I went up to somebody who was bigger than the average and went, you need to stop eating, you do, you need to get out and exercise. Imagine the uproar that would cause. But yet throughout my life, hundreds of times, a human being that doesn't know me or doesn't know me very well has said to me, I want to get more meat on them bones. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Love yourself. You're all right. Peace.
Take me out to